So this is the clock's printable resource, so I thought I'd take a moment just to show you how it all works. So it loads like this. You've got loads of options already pre-selected for you. A lot of them are self-explanatory, so like the minute hand turns off the minute hand, and the hour hand turns that off, so you can get kids to maybe draw the hour hands in. You can change the colour of any of the hands to whatever you want, so let's have a red minute hand and a blue hour hand, for example. And the clock face itself can also be changed to whatever colour you fancy as well. So that's what those options do there on the left. On the right, you've got an option to toggle Roman numerals on or off. So you can see as I just click that, we're going from Roman numerals and back to ordinary numbers. The partitions are the little bits in between, the little dashes in between the hours. So they're basically turning the minutes off. So you can see it's split into 60 minutes, turn the partitions off and they disappear. If you don't like the minutes going around the outside the clock as well, you can turn that off like that, so it makes it just look a little bit simpler. Let's leave those off for a moment. Okay, as with all the printables, you always have the rows and columns options, so you can add more rows of printable clocks, and the columns has more of a visual effect when you do that. You can see you can add more clocks and so on. Right, the time, if you want to set the time, you can set the time to whatever you want, so let's go for 12:45. Just type in the time, and you can increase it minute by minute just by using these arrows here, or you can increase it hour by hour by using these arrows as well. When you press random, you can see we're currently generating completely random times for each clock, or you can round it to a nearest minute, either 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, and so on. So if I press random now, you can see all these times are to a nearest 15 minute, or if I go for 5 minutes maybe, all these times are now to the nearest 5 minutes. So as you're building up that fluency in telling the time, you probably start by to the nearest half an hour or to the hour, then you narrow it down to the nearest 15 minute, then you nearly go to the 10 and 5 and so on, until eventually kids are telling the time to the nearest minute. Okay, the last one's then digital time and worded time, kind of self-explanatory. If I click on digital time, it gives you a little digital clock there at the bottom. So you might want to turn off the minute hand and hour hand and get kids to draw them in if you give them the digital time, for example. And then the other one, the worded time, is just the time in words, so 21 minutes past 2 and so forth. Yeah, and that's everything on the printable clocks. So hopefully it's a really kind of flexible and useful resource that'll save you some time in the classroom.